Welcome back to Auto NEXA. The 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser ZX starts from around $38,000 before on-road costs in key markets, climbing higher once you factor in local taxes, options, and the newer performance hybrid versions that push past the $56,000. This is still the flagship expression of Toyota's most enduring nameplate, the vehicle that has carried the brand's reputation for toughness and go-anywhere reliability for decades. The ZX sits at the top of the 300 series ladder, blending the classic Land Cruiser formula of ladder frame durability and full-time four-wheel drive with a more refined, almost luxury SUV level of finish that feels intentional rather than forced. From the outside, the proportions remain unmistakably Land Cruiser, tall, squared off, and purposeful. The front is dominated by a wide, chrome-accented grille flanked by sharp LED headlights with sequential indicators, while the lower bumper and protective cladding give it a planted stance. Without looking overdone, 20-inch alloys fill the arches cleanly. The side profile stays clean and functional with illuminated steps, and the rear carries the familiar horizontal light bar and a subtle spoiler. It doesn't chase trends. It simply looks ready for both a desert track and a city driveway, and that quiet confidence is part of its appeal. Climb inside and the cabin continues that same theme of understated quality. Soft leather covers the seats, the dash, and door panels, with careful stitching and solid switchgear that feels built to last rather than designed for Instagram. The front seats offer power adjustment, heating, and ventilation, while the outboard rear seats get the same climate treatment in higher spec versions. A 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster sits ahead of the driver, matched by a large central touchscreen that handles navigation, audio, and the multi-terrain camera system without feeling cluttered. Quad-zone climate control, a cooled center console box, and a strong JBL audio setup round out the experience. It's not the flashiest interior in the segment, but the materials, the fit, and the sense of space make long days behind the wheel genuinely comfortable. One minor note is that some markets lock the ZX into a 5-seat layout, so if you need third-row capacity, you'll need to look at other grades. On the road, the Land Cruiser ZX feels composed and unflappable. The steering is light but accurate enough for highway work. The body stays controlled over imperfect surfaces, and wind and road noise are kept well in check for a vehicle of this size and height. Off-road is where the real character shows. Full-time four-wheel drive, a dual-range transfer case, multi-terrain select, crawl control, and a rear Torsen limited slip differential work together to make difficult terrain feel almost routine. Approach and departure angles remain useful. Ground clearance sits around 230-240 millimeters, depending on the exact setup, and the weighting depth is a solid 700 millimeter. You never get the sense the vehicle is fighting you. It just keeps moving forward with a calm authority that few rivals can match. Power comes from the familiar 3.3-liter twin-turbo diesel, V6 in most markets, producing roughly 227 kilowatts and a very usable 700 Nm of torque, sent through a smooth 10-speed automatic. The new performance hybrid option pairs a 3.5-liter twin-turbo petrol V6 with an electric motor for a combined 341 kW and 790 Nm, making it the strongest Land Cruiser yet and dropping the 0-100 km/h time into the mid-6-second range. Either way, the torque arrives early, and the gearbox keeps the engine in its sweet spot without fuss. Towing capacity stays at 3,500 kg, and the hybrid in particular feels effortless when hauling. Fuel use is the predictable trade-off, around 9L 100 km for the diesel and closer to 10L 100 km for the hybrid in real-world mixed driving, so long-distance range is still good but not class-leading. Technology is thoughtfully integrated rather than overwhelming. The large central screen supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The multi-terrain monitor gives clear views of the wheels and ground ahead, and a head-up display keeps key information in the driver's line of sight. Safety kit is comprehensive. Toyota Safety Sense covers pre-collision with pedestrian and cyclist detection, adaptive cruise lane tracing, and blind spot monitoring with safe exit assist. Backed by a full suite of airbags and a 5-star ANCAP rating on most variants, everyday practicality is where the Land Cruiser ZX quietly wins people over. The boot is generous with the rear seats up and expands significantly when they fold. The power tailgate is convenient, and the overall build quality inspires confidence that this is a vehicle you can use hard for years, without drama. It's large enough that tight city parking takes a bit more care, and the sheer height means some lower car parks become interesting. But once you're out on the open road or heading into the countryside, those compromises fade quickly. The 2026 Land Cruiser ZX is best suited to buyers who want genuine long-distance touring ability and serious off-road capability without giving up everyday comfort or a premium cabin. It stands out because it still prioritizes durability and real-world usability over fleeting trends, while the ZX trim adds enough refinement to make it feel special every time you climb in. If your idea of ownership includes remote tracks, family road trips, and the quiet knowledge that the vehicle will simply keep going, this remains one of the most complete packages in its